Hello, my name is Tanja Habjouqa, and I had the privilege yesterday of sitting in on the selection committee for the masterclass. My connection to World Press, this is my first year to be connected. I received second place in the daily life storytelling category for my series Occupied Pleasures. I was surprised this year. There was such a diverse group of photographers, gender as well as geographical locations. But what surprised me perhaps was I feel that there's been a shift somewhat, that there's much more, a greater number of intimate storytelling, intimate stories and different ways of presenting, not at all in the more standard social documentary or even news framing of things. There was a lot of creativity this year, and the conversations, I was quite pleased to see that there was no high drama, nobody screaming, pounding their hands on the conversations were informative. There were a few people that we disagreed on in approaches because it's so many people coming with their own perspectives. It was a diverse group of people. Yeah, there was some unbelievable stories, and it was also agonizing as a photographer to see stories that were just brilliant, and how they were pushed out, how they, and the reasons behind it. And it was also heartbreaking occasionally, because some of your favorite stories that you would see, you felt a connection almost as if they were your stories when you really liked a story. And for some of the reasons that they were, we would grunt, we would be so disappointed, like, what were they thinking? Why? And one of the things that I noticed across the board is it was almost never a good idea to include singles. It didn't matter how strong they were. It was jarring, because what we really wanted was to see, we wanted a connection to a story. We wanted to lose, suspension of disbelief. We wanted to lose ourselves in the narrative. And it was just jarring, especially when you would put it then later with the story. So that was something I would think photographers should consider when they're submitting their portfolios. I would also say, considering that it seems that a lot of the nominated photographers do come from a hard news perspective, or they were documenting at some point hard news, one of the biggest tips that I would say to you photographers is you're presenting a portfolio to professionals who work in the industry, to top photo editors who see daily news from so many, wire photographers. This is their reality. And so when you are thinking to submit a portfolio of images that are not strikingly different from maybe 1,000 other images of the same major political event, think twice, because you're losing an amazing opportunity. And there were some fine photographers that I actually know some of their personal work, and they probably would be sitting in the class right now if they had just submitted different work. We want to see something intimate. We want to understand you as a storyteller. If I had one tip for yearning masterclass photographers presenting a portfolio to this group of people, I would say, be personal. We want to understand who you are. I can't tell you actually how many portfolios it came down to reading their personal statements and motivations. It actually mattered. We really wanted to know who you were. Intimacy. We, again, choose personal stories, choose personal takes. We don't want to see what we've already seen. That will kill you, and that will push you right out of the selection process.